I'm so glad. I'm so glad you are going to have this confidence to make the right choice, my gorgeous Capricornius. It is about completely unexpected turn of events which are going to take place in your life in between the 10th and the 18th of July 2024. When it comes to this unexpected turn of events, my God, my gorgeous Capricornius, you need to understand that you are going to realize that you must at all costs make this particular choice. There is a certain choice which you are going to realize that you need to make. In order to make that choice in the first place, you need to be like super confident. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm really glad. I'm so glad you are indeed going to make the right choice. This is going to be a smart choice. And that in itself, it's to do with things you have been thinking about for absolute ages. Only now, this is going to become like the beginning of such a powerful unfoldment in your life. It is indeed based on this particular idea. It's to do with a certain idea you had for a while. It's to do with a certain idea you have been thinking about for absolute ages. And especially when it comes to the, I don't know, about exactly 11 days before this takes place, this idea, it's going to be so much on your mind because the signs are going to be absolutely everywhere, my gorgeous Capricornius. This in itself, it's going to be so important for you to do. So it's to do with this idea, and it's to do with you making an important choice. You will know which choice I'm talking about because in between this stage, you're also going to be kind of needing to make a certain decision, and there are going to be two choices you are going to be thinking about. And the right choice, oh my God, thank God you're going to make. It's to do with an idea, as I said, which you've had for such a long time, my gorgeous Capricornius. And what else I need you to understand, by making this choice, you're not, this is, when it comes to actually numerology, sorry, your number is 1725, which means that by making this choice, this is not only going to be extremely successful for you in every possible way you can imagine, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your health, when it comes to absolutely everything. You know why? Because at the same time, when you make this choice, my gorgeous Capricornius, you're also going to protect your own energy. My gorgeous Capricornius, the months of July, it's most certainly going to be the months to remember. Oh my God. When it comes to the 1st of July, 2024, when it comes to the 1st of July, there is something you are really going to realize. On the very 1st of July, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are going to see something which is going to and this is going to happen like earlier on in the morning. You're going to see something. And what are you going to see? It's really kind of going to be a nice little awakening moment when it comes to you instantly being reminded of some kind of a project, something that you need to start. You will know as soon as this happens, as soon as you see what are you going to see, you will realize instantly, my gorgeous Capricornius, what exactly do you need to start. This is not only the beginning of a really important project, but it's also marking the beginning of the whole new stage in your life. So do not be surprised when you are gonna you're gonna realize how much more energy you actually have. Don't be surprised because all these things are right now working together. Why? To make this experience like as free for you as possible. Karmically, this is something that it's like basically karmically this is something that It's also the direct result of certain things you were doing within the last couple of years, but it's also the direct result of you being really good. And I've seen this before. I know I've seen this before. You've been really good, good person, good soul, good spirit, and helping someone so much. There is a certain person that you helped more than you can possibly imagine. Do you understand? There is a certain person that you helped more than you can possibly imagine. Yes, I know that this is a certain person in your life. Yes, I know that this person means to you so much, but still, you just gave so much of your love and so much of such a positive energy away towards somebody that, this in itself, it's like pretty much so the direct result of that as well. So karma does indeed work in mysterious ways, my gorgeous Capricornius, especially when we are helping someone, when we are doing something from the goodness of our own heart, and we don't expect absolutely anything in return whatsoever. And this is what must have happened with this particular situation. This is not only happening because of that, but it is playing a really big role, when it comes to a lot of things now kind of taking place that you did not expect to kind of happen whatsoever. So when it comes to the very 1st of July, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are literally not only going to see something which is instantly going to remind you of what you want to do so badly, what you wanted to do so badly, but this in itself is to do with the beginning of a very, 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 very special project to you. You need to understand, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to this particular project, you have to understand that this is going to have a tremendous effect and that this tremendous impact on your life. This in itself is like, there is a reason why you're instantly going to feel in such a good mood, because this is the part of your direction. You are very, very soon going to be extremely happy. Very soon you are indeed going to have this massive, huge, enormous reason to celebrate, my gorgeous Capricornius. Just because of this, whatever you decide to start, whatever you're going to be thinking about so intensely, this for once, number one, it's going to be extremely successful for you, and number two, very soon this is going to like play a major role when it comes to your life changing so quick, so soon, like never before. This what's going to be on your mind on the 1st of July 2024. It's going to change your life like literally instantly. But the certain changes that are going to be absolutely enormous when it comes to this are going to happen, are going to manifest way sooner than you can possibly imagine. Like, oh my God. A little bit later on, I will tell you that on which date you are gonna have a kind of an additional idea, which is gonna be ever so important. A little bit later on, I'm going to tell you exactly which date it's gonna be important when it comes to the 1st of July, when it comes to you taking this on the next level, when it comes to you having some kind of idea for the first time in your life. This is also going to be direct result of all these wonderful energies which are going to help you to keep going throughout the months of July 2024. Like, wow, how amazing this is going to be. By the time, my gorgeous Capricornius, you get to the 2nd of July, by the time you get to the 2nd of July, there is going to be such an important information you are going to get hold of. You will steal this information. No, I'm joking. No, there is on the 2nd of July, there is a very important information you are going to get hold of. You're going to have a very important information on the 2nd of July. This information is going to be so important because it's going to open your eyes, and something it's maybe going to, I don't want to sound dark or negative. I'm not being a dark Lala, but I'm going to tell you what I see. You know what I mean? So this is going to be good. You will rather want to know this than not to know this. Do you know what I mean? So on the 2nd of July, you're going to get an important information, and this information is going to open your eyes. Why? Because you are going to find out how to avoid something very, very negative or something very, very dark that could happen to you. Okay, so it's not a dark reading, it's not a negative reading, because you're going to find out this information, which means on one hand you're going to be well in tune and with what you want, what you need to do with your life, and on another hand, this is going to be extremely important for you to do so you can protect yourself. So on the 2nd of July, you are going to have this information which is going to open your eyes, and you will know what do you need to do in order to protect yourself, in order for some kind of a negative situation not to happen to you. And this in itself, it's like you're gonna realize, what exactly do you need to do. Again, there is something that you're gonna quickly need to do. There is some kind of adjustment that you are going to need to make when it comes to this. And I'm sorry, my gorgeous Capricornius, I don't need to talk more about it, because most certainly you will know which adjustment are you gonna need to make in order to avoid this. And how you're gonna know this? Well, I see intuition like screaming at me. This intuition is gonna slap me in a second. No, I'm joking. I can see your intuition, like pretty much. So your intuition will make you aware of, my gorgeous Capricornius, most certainly, which adjustment do you need to make so you can avoid some kind of a negative situation in your life. Okay, so this in itself, of course, is going to be quite important. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be on the 3rd of July. Almost like every day, yeah. The next important day, like every single day. Now, the next important date is going to be on the 3rd of July, my gorgeous Capricornius. On the 3rd of July, do you know what? To be quite honest with you, you really are going to feel it's going to be quite unusual day, quite like kind of twilight zone-ish. And you're going to feel like you want to kind of you're going to feel like you need to have a little break, or you're going to feel like you want to have a little break, or it could have been that the day before you slept all night so well, so brilliantly, but then again, by the time you get to the 3rd, you're still going to feel drained and you're still going to feel tired. So however, you're going to feel like you're a little bit drained, a little bit tired, and you will want to take like a little break. That's how you're going to feel. And it's just so important to take a break on the 3rd of July. You are mentally preparing for yourself really for what's to come. But the reason why you're going to feel so drained, it's not because you're tired, baby. It's only because something really big and something really spiritual is happening. The deeper side of yourself is trying to get your attention, and is trying to make you aware of the fact that there is some kind of realization you're going to have. There is some kind of realization, like a really important realization you're going to have the moment in time you do decide to take a little break or relax a little bit. And I know that this may sound really, really boring, but it's about this important realization you're going to have. And that's why you are going to feel like this. But also at the same time, this is an amazing day to actually have a little break and mentally prepare yourself for what's to come, because July, the month of July, is going to be absolutely extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. And there is somebody also in July who means to you so much, one of the major people in your life. It's going to be going through something quite weird, and you're going to need to give them like a really important advice as well. And for this type of advice, you really need to have some kind of like a break beforehand. Like this is also part of this mental preparation that I'm actually talking about. There are several things that are going to be so important when it comes to you needing to take a break on the 3rd of July. When I say to take a little break, I just mean to take maybe a few hours on that day, maybe the whole day. Maybe you're just going to do something that makes you feel so good, something that makes you feel relaxed, like visiting nature and things like that. So it really depends how this is going to come into your, dimension. You see? So on the 3rd of July, going back to on the 3rd of July, you are going to have a little break. However it happens, maybe you're just going to kind of decide to sit down or lie down or whatever. However it happens, there is this realization you're going to have but it's like a realization, it's like a vision, it's like honestly realization or a vision or a vision or realization. It's like it has got elements of both things in, to be quite honest with you. And this vision and realization which you are going to have, it's going to surprise you. What am I going to say here? This vision and realization you're going to have, it's going to really kind of whoa, remind you suddenly of some kind of an argument which you've had with somebody, or some kind of like a discussion, heated debate, or really uncomfortable conversation you've had with somebody. Sorry. This is gonna be you, this is what you're gonna be reminded here, my gorgeous Capricornius. Some kind of, disagreement, or some kind of uncomfortable conversation that you've had with somebody, and then you are also at the same time going to realize, based on that, like kind of a disagreement or this heated debate or this kind of uncomfortable conversation, there is a reason why are you going to actually remember this, because there was something that was left unresolved. There was something that you were like kind of left feeling indecisive about when it comes to it, but maybe because this kind of did upset you a little bit, or you were surprised with somebody's reaction, everything was left like kind of hanging in the air. Do you know what I mean? So now this is important moment, because you're going to be, it's not about an argument, it's not about this person, it's not about who this person is or what this person is whatsoever, but it's about what exactly has been left like in the air as being indecisive. This is your signal, this is your sign, and a very powerful indication that there is whatever was left like kind of whatever was left kind of indecisive. You should have made some kind of decision, for example, and instead it was like kind of indecisive, but you knew which decision you needed to make. But because something surprised you about the person who you spoke to, you just kind of, this kind of took your attention away from where your attention should have been going towards. So now you're just going to be reminded of something really important. Be grateful to God. This is like one of the biggest blessings you've ever had. So it's not about you being reminded of some kind of argument, but it's about you being reminded of that there is some kind of decision, something that you're going to need to deal with, something that you're going to need to make a decision, it's something that was left indecisive. So that in itself, it's gonna again be needed from you to understand, to accept. There is something that you're gonna need to accept, when it comes to you making this decision. So you're making this decision based on you accepting maybe something not kind of happening, or accepting something it's like kind of not going to work out. This is for you. I know that this sounds, oh God, but this is important because you are going to set yourself free from something that may not kind of work for you, and for something from something that could be subconsciously draining your energy in such a way where you are becoming physically tired with things and mentally tired with things that kept you going your whole life, with things that you're so passionate about. And when that happens in our lives, there are lots of other things that could be affecting us. But in your case, it's just you. You're pretty much so needing to accept maybe something not happening. But when it comes to that, you do need to make some kind of a decision. Just remember, something was left indecisive. You need to do this so you can move on. So you're going to be so much happier. You're going to be so much happier, you see? You're going to be so much happier when it comes to your mind, body, and spirit, okay? Because there are several things that are connected to this in terms of your spiritual evolution. You're going to spiritually evolve. There was no more perfect time in your life than now to actually go with this particular flow. Because when it comes to things that have been blocking you and affecting you for so long, there are things that are like kind of going to change. So this is why this is going to be so important indeed, my gorgeous Capricornius. The next important date, it's going to be the next important date is going to be on the 11th of July. On the 11th of July, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's this beautiful person. I really like this gorgeous person, somebody very practical when it comes to them in their life, somebody who you really like, somebody who you really kind of look up to as well. This is somebody who is just such a gorgeous person, and everybody likes this person. This person is very practical when it comes to their own life, but this person is also very spiritual, I see. This person on the 11th of July is just somebody who's really going to inspire you. You really need to look for this person, my gorgeous Capricornius. Indeed, this is somebody in your life, but if it's not somebody physically in your life, maybe it's somebody who you're watching and things like that. It really depends. You do have a very strong connection to this person, okay? And this person is really going to inspire you so much on the 11th of July to kind of follow your heart, to follow your heart. And you know what? When I say this person is going to inspire you to follow your heart, this in itself, it's really going to give you so much of a strength and this confidence when it comes to you kind of realizing that, there is this element of your life that you just need to really move away from. There is something that is just now starting to create a really kind of toxic and a really negative energy in your life. There is something that has been making you like kind of feel negative and down for so long. Please don't get me wrong. This reading is extremely positive reading, and I know that there are lots of kind of couple of negative things that are going to come to an end, but they're so important for you to come to an end when it comes to the month of July, because as soon as they come to an end naturally, or you do something about it, something like really incredible is going to happen to you within the next 7 days after that moment in time. Within the next 7 days after that moment in time, you see, number 7 digit, it's also like kind of very significant when it comes to the month of July. Of course, it's the seventh month of the year, and now you have got a very strong indication that when you bring something bad, something negative to an end here, exactly 7 days later, you are going to have this remarkable opportunity you would otherwise never had, my gorgeous Capricornius. And this is what you need to understand. Just remember that you are being within this flow. You are in this flow at the moment, okay? So this is probably one of the most powerful flows you have found yourself within the last few years, my gorgeous Capricornius. So you can imagine what an impact on your life this is actually going to make. There's nothing bad to be like kind of inspired by somebody who is like kind of going to point us out towards some kind of a very, very difficult problem that we actually have. Maybe it's even to do with some kind of attachment, like a very, very negative attachment, my gorgeous Capricornius, a very negative attachment that is actually draining your energy so much. So I know that you do find this as a really hard work, or even to kind of think about, but then again, just, you are finally going to actually really understand, how much this has been affecting your life somehow through this person. You're going to understand how much this has been affecting your life, and it's something that is making your life very, very kind of difficult. And as soon as you kind of commit yourself to kind of bringing this to an end, or like walking away from it, at that moment in time, it's also this process, it's already going to take place. This is very important, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. The next important date is going to happen. Uh, um, the next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to happen on the 15th of July. On the 15th of July, my God, you are going to have such a beautiful, my goodness, I really like this so much. On the 15th of July, you are going to have such a beautiful emotional experience. Listen to me very carefully. On the 15th of July, you're going to have such a beautiful emotional on the 15th of July, you're going to have you're going to have this gorgeous emotional experience, and you are going to feel so good. You're going to feel so amazing. Of course, that you're going to tap into something. What you're going to realize at the same time, when you tap into something, you're going to realize, you're going to clearly understand what's missing in your life, which is fine, but it's not about that as such. On the 15th of July, you're going to have this beautiful emotional experience where you are, most importantly, going to become aware of the certain events. There are certain events or social invitations you're going to become aware of, like that you need to attend. Okay, so when you become aware of these social invitations or events, you, whatever this is, whenever this is, you are about to find out something very crucial. You're going to find out the opportunity for new happiness, my gorgeous Capricornius. That's exactly how you're going to feel. Please do this. Please do this. I really hope you will understand how important this is. But I'm afraid you're only going to realize how important all this was. You're only going to realize this once you attend these events. And these events can be this month, or they can be the next month, or even in a couple of months' time. It doesn't matter. Just focus on this new opportunity for happiness, because there are going to be so many different things that are actually going to be connected to it as well. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be on the 19th of July. Now, when it comes to the 19th of July, I'm going back to the 1st of July. Do you remember? On the 1st of July, I told you that this is going to be the beginning of this project. What you're going to realize, what you need to do, what you need to start, what you need to get on immediately with. Because this project is going to change your life. Okay, this project is literally, baby, going to change your life. So I'm just reminding you of what I've said, because on the 19th of July, you are going to have this idea, an additional idea when it comes to the 1st of July. Remember, I told you that there's going to be one particular day where you're going to have this amazing idea. So on the 19th of July, you are going to have an additional idea, which is going to be connected to the 1st of July, to the beginning of that, probably one of the most powerful projects of your entire life, of your entire existence on this earth. Seriously, I'm not even being funny here. So the 19th of July, you're going to have an additional idea here. And this idea, oh my God, what you need to understand, financially, this is going to be amazing. Financially, this is going to be very successful. Financially, this is going to put your mind to rest. Financially, you will be able to do what you can't do now. For example, without worrying about money or without worrying about the finances. You really need to open your mind and open your arms. You need to be as open-minded here as much as you possibly can, because when it comes to this idea, of course, there is a little risk that you're going to need to take, and you are most likely going to need to come out of your comfort zone, but do not let that to hold you back. Please don't disappoint me, baby. No, I'm joking. Don't allow this to hold you back, because this also in itself, it's gonna require from you to do something major here with this idea, major step, major move. But then again, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so scared, No, 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 I'm not saying that you're like that, but you know what I mean, like mind thoughts, but then again, there is something really kind of major you're going to need to do when it comes to that idea. Major step, major move. And I know that you are going to talk to somebody really wise, somebody who knows things about what you're doing, somebody who's very clued up, somebody who's very smart, but most importantly, somebody who you kind of normally talk to. But this particular person has got some kind of experience with this, because I do know that there is going to be some kind of advice that you will be told, for example. So this is going to be brilliant, my gorgeous Capricornius, because this advice is going to be absolutely crucial for you as well. Oh my goodness. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be, so that was the 19th. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be on the 26th of July. On the 26th of July, you are going to have like do you know what? You're going to have some kind of insight which is going to come to you, but this time this insight, it's going to come to you again. Sorry, it's again going to be like some kind of meditation, or again you're going to be kind of relaxing, or you're going to be chilling out, just like when I said on the third, for example. So but on this particular day, it's going to be like kind of slightly different, because I know you're going to be thinking about maybe meditating, or maybe you're going to be praying, or maybe you're going to be just relaxing, maybe you're just going to be chilling out, but I know you're going to be like kind of more in this spiritual mode, if you know what I mean. You will be more aware of your own spirituality. So the whole day, it's going to be like completely different, So you're going to be more like kind of leaning towards your spiritual side. Maybe there are going to be lots of spiritual things on your mind. Maybe you're going to be planning to do something spiritual. Maybe you're going to be thinking about spiritual things without even realizing this. I do know you're going to be in this particular element, like a sacred element. Why? Because there is an insight which you are going to have. This insight is just going to come to you. And this insight is going to come to you like in such a way, like where you're going to realize, that now it's time to take the next steps, but this in itself is to do with you kind of like a really kind of thinking about these bold and quite ambitious choices. And that in itself, it's like so important when it comes to you expanding your plans, my gorgeous Capricornius. And it's also very important when it comes to you continuing to move forward with your life. I would most certainly not ignore this whatsoever. Okay, in fact, you need to give to this attention as much as you possibly can. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be on the 29th of July. On the 29th of July, I know that you are going to be worrying something about money, something about finances, because you're going to be worrying something about money, something about finances. Not a bad thing, not worry, but you're just going to be thinking how you can maybe save more money, or how you can kind of like just be more smart with money. And I'm not saying that you're not smart, but something is going to be brought to your attention. Something is going to be brought to your attention on the 29th of July. You're going to realize that maybe there are a couple of areas where your money is kind of going and it's completely unnecessary. Maybe it's a couple of things that you've done like a long time ago and you forgot about it, you know? Do you know what I mean? Something that you forgot to cancel or something like that, but a couple of things that you're going to realize on the 29th of July, that it's unnecessarily draining your finances and your financial situation. Why would you do that? Of course, why would you let your finances to drain unnecessarily, rather to give that amount of money to somebody who is struggling to eat somewhere, like homeless or something like that? Why would you just allow your money to be drained completely unnecessarily? Of course, it's a silly thing to do, but it can happen to everybody. So this is what you're going to be thinking about on the 29th of July. So you're going to realize that a couple of things that your money has been kind of draining through, and you are going to put that to an end, which is absolutely brilliant indeed, my gorgeous Capricornius, because as I said, this is going to be rather important. And also, when it comes to the 29th of July, apart from that, in between the 29th of July and the end of this month, in between the 29th of July and the end of this month, you really are going to have such a gorgeous experience, a really beautiful experience. This experience is going to make you feel alive again. This experience is going to make you feel so good. But there is also something you're going to find out, something that you're going to find out, something that you're going to realize, something that you're going to connect to for the first time in your life. And this is also a great sign that you've changed, you evolved, because for the first time you are going to notice something you've never noticed before, and you're going to realize how connected to you are to the certain specific subject. And this particular subject is going to require from you to dive in and explore as much as you can. My gorgeous Capricornius, I really strongly suggest you to do this, because the whole new door are about to open, and these doors are going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you indeed. And this is what you need to understand. You're the only one who is holding the key for this door indeed. And this door is going to bring so much into your life. You have no idea how important this stage is going to be in between July and the end of this year. Like, oh my God. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Ooh la la, baby. I see lots of happiness. I see two people being really happy. I see two people being really excited. And I see two people like wanting to have some kind of a party. You know, like that's how happy you're going to be, my gorgeous Capricornius. You and your partner are going to have a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant news. And this brilliant news, it's going to give you an instant reason to kind of party, because that brilliant news, it's also going to bring the end to some kind of contemplation that you both had for so much. You couldn't start something so important until you had this news, this information that kind of like has put you in the state of not being able to choose what do you want to do, or you couldn't choose what do you want to do, because you can't do it anything until you have this specific information. There you go. So now, my gorgeous Capricornians, for those of you who are in relationships, all I can say to you, not only you're going to have a reason to party because you're going to have this news and you will know that it's the end to some kind of contemplation. I mean, contemplation, you couldn't make a decision and move on with your life until you have this information. And that means it's not only about that, but it's also the beginning of such a beautiful adventure this month for the both of you. When some kind of adventure like this happens, it can only lead to the certain thing, or it can only lead to one thing, to something absolutely life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. This adventure is gonna be life-changing in so many different ways. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, to know that you are going to have a very unusual experience with somebody this month. Oh, what are you going to be up to, my gorgeous Capricornius? No, I'm joking. No, you are going to have a very unusual experience with somebody when it comes to the month of July. I don't know what is it going to be. I can just see like a few people being around. Maybe you are going to be out, somewhere. Maybe it's going to be the room full of people all waiting to make love. No, I'm joking. No, no. I'm joking. Seriously. No, I'm just going to go to the beginning. So, my gorgeous Capricorns, for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, you are going to find yourself somewhere being surrounded by the people. I'm going to try to be serious. You're going to try to you're going to find yourself being surrounded by the people. So maybe it's going to be like, maybe you're going to be out somewhere, maybe you're going to be in the restaurant somewhere, maybe you're going to be, I don't know, anyway, maybe it's going to be like some kind of party, some kind of gathering, maybe it's going to be like a work do, maybe you're just going to be with your friends. It's difficult to say, but I know that you're going to be enjoying yourself, and I do know that something social will be going on, some kind of socializing. And you know that there is something which is going to happen in between you and somebody else, and you're really going to surprise yourself. I think that you're going to see someone who you're going to fancy so much, like so much, instantly. Maybe you're going to think that this person wouldn't fancy you. Maybe you're going to think that this person wouldn't go for you. It's very difficult to say why exactly you're going to feel so brave by making a certain move. Maybe you're going to approach this person first. It's somebody like really prominent, or somebody really powerful. I can feel the energy of someone amazing, really, or someone amazing, and their energy is very powerful. And maybe that's why you're going to be like, you're really going to surprise yourself. Maybe you're going to do like some kind of a first move. There is something you're going to do and you're really going to surprise yourself. There is something you're going to do that you wouldn't normally do and that you have never done before, and it's to do with the approach that you are going to have. So that in itself, it's like going to make you aware of the fact that, wow, something definitely changed within you. And it's not only that, something definitely changed within you, but it's not only that. You will be able to notice this like changes, which is always good. but also this particular person is somebody really nice, somebody really gorgeous, somebody really kind of lovely. But this person is not playing a role of somebody who is going to stay in your life, somebody who's going to end up with you. No, baby, no. But this person is playing even bigger role. Now, only now, you will know, you will be aware of the fact that you are ready to meet someone new. But it wouldn't have happened unless you did break the ice. You broke some kind of ice here. You did break ice indeed. And this was so needed, this little push that you're actually going to make, because right now I'm saying to you, this is bigger than like someone just walking into your life and it's like kissy kissy happy ending. No, baby, no. This is going to show you that only now you're ready to let somebody in. And after that, oh my God, you're going to become like a magnet for those people you want to attract. All I can say to you, just enjoy yourself as much as you can, and you will see how good, your life is going to become in terms of like socializing and things like that. You really are going to feel so great, my gorgeous Capricornius, and this needed to happen in your life, and I'm so happy for you, because I know how much fun you're actually going to have after this moment in time. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. This, my gorgeous people, is a very, very, very powerful and a very, very important pendant, because it is going to detoxify any negativity and any toxicity out of your life. This pendant is also ridiculously powerful because it's so important when it comes to our metabolism as well. To have a healthy metabolism, it's really significant when it comes to our health in general. This peridot is ridiculously powerful because when you wear it, you attract the right people and the right situations into your life. Why? Because what's the best about you, it's highlighted while you're wearing this. So whether you want to attract certain people when it comes to love and when it comes to romance into your life, or whether you're trying to whether you're trying to attract like maybe certain people when it comes to business, when it comes to your career, it's also absolutely brilliant for that as well. It does tend to bring you a really, really good luck when you are doing something financial, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're making like a really important financial decisions, or when you're making important decisions in general, because peridot helps you, like really prevents you from like a really over analyzing, and when we are over analyzing something, then over analyzing can be really, really dangerous, because us over analyzing something we should never be analyzing in the first place only comes from us maybe not feeling confident enough. So this in itself prevents you from over analyzing something you shouldn't analyze, because it does make you feel extremely, extremely confident. Listen to me very carefully. Peridot brings the best out in you because it makes you feel really, really confident in general. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous people. It is ever so important. It is the crystal of expansion, and it is the crystal of a new beginnings. Oh my God, ever so significant for those people who have been stuck for a while. For those people who did not have any changes, in their lives, for those people who are unhappy with their lives, and sometimes subconsciously we are affected by the certain things we are not even realizing that are preventing us to move forward. So peridot has got a power to unlock the best within us. And this element of ourselves is like more powerful than we can possibly imagine, but it's very sensitive. So if there is an ounce of like, oh my God, negativity or fear when we have towards something, that's kind of amplified, and without us even realizing, that energy is preventing us from moving forward. So peridot has got a power to keep this energy away, so we can like really do things we want to do. So this is why, it's so important for those people who have been stuck, or those people who felt stuck for a while. Just remember, it attracts the right people, and it attracts the right situations in your life as well. This crystal is ridiculously powerful. Okay, just remember that by wearing peridot, it does not only bring a good luck into your life when it comes to so many things. This crystal brings you a good luck. Okay, this crystal has been used for many years just for that particular reason. Okay, and when it comes to peridot, I'm so excited because I love peridot. It's one of my favorite crystals indeed, because I know when I wear peridot, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I can do what I don't normally feel like I can do. You know what I mean? It gives me the strength. It gives me this energy that I don't normally have. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is what this powerful pendant can actually do. So when it comes to moving on with our lives, this is something we should all have literally. It does bring you like, oh my God, kind of the whole new sense of what you should be doing, because you are reminded of things that maybe you are neglecting just because you did not have a confidence to kind of take on. So this immediately, like kind of like really, as soon as you wear this, you do kind of are reminded of things, certain things in your life in such a way where you kind of start getting really positive ideas. That's the way you're reminded of things that you should be working on, because now suddenly something that you were afraid to start, now suddenly you have these amazing ideas, like incredible ideas, and that's how you are pointed towards the right directions through your own passion, through your own optimism. This in itself, my gorgeous people, is indeed your guiding light. And that's why I absolutely love peridot. And also, why am I so excited? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, my gorgeous people. Not that it's like impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to find peridot out there. But when I'm looking for crystals, I'm looking for the very specific crystals. They need to be of a high quality. So this one is a high quality peridot. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for this for years, and I only have a limited amount of this. I only have a limited amount of this in stock, my gorgeous people. So I really suggest you to buy this while you can. I'm not saying you can't get a peridot out there, but it is not going to be as a wonderful and such a quality, high quality as this one. Okay, very powerful and natural peridot. Okay, so this is why, because I've been waiting for this for years, absolute years, and I have only few of these in stock. And once they're gone, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. And I only have like a few in stock, like literally. And this is honestly, one of the most powerful pendants, and it's so striking. It's so striking. Look at it. Just to have this around your neck. So beautiful, so striking, so natural. So this, my gorgeous people, is something I highly recommend you. This gorgeous peridot comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in the description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in, Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way. You can click on it and you will see the first two products, right on top of the store, are gonna be the ones that I'm advertising right now. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. Another thing I recommend you, my gorgeous people, it's the second crystal. Okay, it's called chevron amethyst. Okay, so you all know amethyst. So this is a special type of amethyst, and of course, it's natural. And this amethyst is like so powerful, like probably the most powerful. There are few crystals which are ridiculously powerful when it comes to our third psychic eye. And I did mention some of them, like for example, tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye. There are crystals which are brilliant when it comes to our third psychic eye indeed. Even lapis lazuli is quite good when it comes to our third psychic eye, very powerful. But I would probably say the chevron amethyst, this is a chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. I would probably say, my honest opinion is that this in itself is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to our third psychic eye. Our third psychic eye is who we are. Our third psychic eye, it's like who we are on the spiritual level. Our third psychic eye reconnects us with ourselves because we tap into something absolutely mind-blowing. We unlock a ridiculously powerful aspect of ourselves when we wear this, because it is ridiculously powerful when it comes to unlocking the power of a third psychic eye, which means that we just start to see life in a completely different way. Why? Because we become very brave, we become very confident, we become very powerful. I mean, look at this combination, out of this world. Very kind of, when you become brave, when you feel brave, when you feel powerful, when you feel confident, at the same time, when the power of your third psychic eye has been unlocked, you need to be prepared to enter the whole new stage of your life, to enter the whole new world, because this is one of the most powerful crystals in terms of the actual guidance. You see what I mean? It just unlocks the power of your third psychic eye, and that in itself means that you enlighten yourself. While you're wearing this, you're enlightening yourself at the same time. Pay attention to how you're going to think while you're wearing this. Pay attention to how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna respond to the certain people and to the certain situations in your life completely differently. There is so much about yourself that you find out along the way, because it starts this unlocking process. The certain things unlock within you. You even start to kind of see the connection in between the all things in general, and that in itself, it's also big. That in itself, it's also important, and also at the same time, my gorgeous people, when it comes to chevron amethyst, it's brilliant because it calms you down. It makes you feel peaceful at a time where, oh my God, the bombs are falling, God forbid, and no, I'm joking, but it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really peaceful. It makes you feel really calm. So if you are going through something like that makes you feel really anxious, that makes you feel really bad, that makes you feel really stressed, as soon as you wear chevron amethyst, it really brings you down. It really brings you down. It is like so, so, so powerful, like, oh my goodness. And also, if you are, persistently stressed, persistently negative, persistently down, persistently sad, if you're going through very kind of strange stages in your life, if you're going through really difficult things, this really helps you to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, because at the same time you become really spiritual, and those things that have been kind of scaring you, they do not scare you anymore. You just start seeing them as like a really important challenges rather than anything else. So it's all like kind of how you see things and how you respond to things, in this life. And if you are having like a sleeping problems or a sleeping difficulty, so you cannot relax whatsoever, chevron chevron. Little French man came out of me. French spirit, hello my darling, where are you, where are you? Now it's like chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. It's also fantastic if you have a problems to relax, if you have a problems with sleeping and things like that. So this is why I highly recommend you to wear this, my gorgeous people, okay? And this also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in this description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments section, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin like a shop, and my page is gonna come up that way as well. This is something I highly recommend you indeed. Okay.